Really pleasing to get that across the line. Mark's wanted for some time to get this sorted. I mean, it's not been a difficult thing. It's just been a case of getting the right people in the right place at the right time. So, wasn't tricky, but obviously it's great to get it finally sorted.
I mean, especially good that the fact he's such a popular member of the squad, really.
Yeah, he's very popular. Very good for a dressing room. I mean, both are England players really at the moment. Ben and Mark are both invaluable when they come into the dressing room, not just because of the skills they bring, but because of their personalities. They really do lift the place. So yeah, Mark's had a tough year. A couple of operations. Third operation just done now, but hopefully that's the end of it. And he's managed to keep his spirits up through that. So if he can keep his spirits up through that, he'll get through anything, I think.
You mentioned he's had a bit of a tough year, but when he has played for Durham and for England, he's been pretty outstanding, hasn't he, really? Yeah,
he's been exceptional. Made a real difference to the end of our T20 competition. Made a difference to all the bowlers, I think, to have a guy in your attack who can really make that sort of an impact, bowling 90 plus mile an hour. There aren't many of those around the world at the moment, and I think at one stage towards the back end of the T20 competition he could arguably be the fastest bowler in the world. But he'll be working his way back into fitness, I think, probably at the start of next season, so hopefully we'll get him early on, and then depending on how well he goes, then we'll see how much we see of him.
As we've already mentioned, he's a really good lad. He sort of seems to epitomise Durham quite well.
Yeah, he's really what we're about, I suppose. We've been around for 25 years, and one of the prerequisites of being a first-class county was that we really wanted to produce players from the North East who could go on and play for England, and he's gone through that path, and it's been great to see. And as you say, he's probably still got his best years. Well, definitely got his best years ahead of him, and from now he can go from strength to strength.
In your opinion, what makes him such a good, effective bowler? Obviously, we know his pace is pretty exceptional, but what is it? He's obviously very skillful in other things he does as well.
Yeah, he's a little different from some of the other top fast bowlers around the world because they're generally 6 foot plus. They're generally big blokes like Stephen Finn, who hit the pitch quite hard. He's skiddier, makes it a bit more awkward for the batsman. Unfortunately for him, it means he's probably really popular for England in the subcontinent, which are really tough pitches to bowl on. But when the ball's not going to bounce, that's where a guy who can bowl very, very quickly and skiddy and reverse swing the ball very well as well makes him particularly popular. And maybe in one-day cricket as well, because more of the balls that he bowls will hit the stumps because they won't bounce over the top, and that gives him an added advantage for dismissals.
He's got a very unique run-up in that sense as well, hasn't he? He doesn't come off probably half as many paces as some of the quick bowlers. Where's that sort of come from?
It's explosive. It's very dynamic. It comes from a standing start as well, which came about due to a little bit of a no-ball problem he was having, and he wanted to get. Well, he looked at long jumpers, I think, and their run-ups, and they tend to be stationary start, but they're very exact on the front line. So that's what he looked at, and that's where that came from. So it is a little unusual, but most of the things he does are a little bit unusual, so that's fine.